Check this out. The B25 vertical mounted O3 with those linear antennas, crossfire, even space for a GPS back there, pusher configuration. I was not sure if I want to review this because I already have the B35 and it hangs there on the wall and I don't use it a lot because somehow the stabilization wasn't the best for O3. And with this review I said, if you can send me the O3 version crossfire so I don't have any work, I will be happy to take a look at it, and that's what I'm gonna be doing in this video. And if this copter is shitty, I can rip out the O3 anyways. And I can remember one thing that I really liked on the B35 was the Meteor LED light. Okay, so that's the plug and play version with O3 and crossfire installed and with a lot of these nice stickers for precautions. For example, it's been set up in acro mode by default, connected to the SpeedyBee app or to Betaflight and set it up the way you want to have it. Then they warn you that this is a 4S drone. You shouldn't leave it turned on for too long or else your O3 will overheat. Here's an indication where you find the bind button of the O3. This reminds me on the iFlight approach that I've seen, for example, on the Chimera. Okay, but the build is very nice. Oh, it even sounds sturdy. Air intakes for the O3 mainly. TPS antenna and TPS receiver down there with the bind button to be found as well. A boot button for the FC if you need it. XT30 connected there in frame. Under this plastic cover is the connector for your little GPS if you have a compatible one. Roughly 62 millimeters space in terms of length for your battery packs, but if you change these two rails here, you can turn this 90 degrees and mount your batteries sideways, which is also nice and convenient. So yes, there are actually quite a few nice ideas about this one. Small details like this rubber band, it's less of a hassle on the field and you fly more. So this is the real fly more combo, DJI. You go through the Betaflight setup, you see the different UARTs here. UART3, for example, is the O3 set to MSP, and UART6 is your serial receiver. We're on 450 Betaflight, that's current enough. The arming is set to 180, which is good. The ampere settings should go to 330 instead of 400. The PIDs are okay. They fly actually quite good and they tuned it. You see that they tuned it. You should enable telemetry here on the Crossfire tab. Here you see the motor direction is front facing towards camera. We have bidirectional D-Shot with BlueJ firmware. Here you see my OSD that I came up with. And you should also do a save of your configuration with diff-all and save this file, this text file for, if you want to revert something back. One clever thing about the LED setup, this is the stock mode it comes with, which has this idle green animation. Once you arm it, you have this, and once you take off, if you want low profile, you have the LED low switch. Here, this little 3-position switch turns off LED. This way it's turned on again, and if you switch it, you can go through the demo modes. But even though you think you found a really cool mode now, if you start flying, it still defaults to the standard values. Anyhow, these LEDs look really, really gorgeous. Now we're in failsafe mode and just see the red LED. If I press my turtle mode or beeper, it also gives an optical blink, which is quite bright and hopefully good to see if you crashed somewhere. Looking forward to making a test flight. See you in 5 seconds outside. Nice weather today, it's windy, so we will see how it handles the wind. And I instantly threw on an ND16 as that's my go-to ND filter. In case there's some jello, it's illuminated, and also you get a nice amount of motion blur, which always looks nice. So I'm flying with 850 for cells. Yeah, I think I like it. Oh, and the colors look so nice. Okay, little stress test for the video and link, but everything is fine. Ooh, speed is really nice, by the way. Oh, there are so many cars to check out. The neighbors, a Corvette. So far I used 300 mAh, if the mAh scale is correct. And I have to get used to the idea that this is a really small copter with no protruding antennas. So it really has a low profile and could fit so many gaps that I'm not used to. The way it flies, it feels like a larger copter, and that's yeah, that's the best thing you can have. Low profile, and like it could easily fit through this gap here, yeah. Through the tiniest of gaps actually. Wait a minute. There's a new gap now there. Oh, oh, I love it. Being able to explore all those new tiny gaps. Which is a bit harder if you have wind. Nonetheless, that's a really good sign for this tiny drone. On this tree, by the way, against the blue sky. Awesome. The yaw is a bit conservative. But yeah. But yaw. Even if it's windy, we can try gaps like this here. Oh! 357, I will take a landing attempt now. Very nice indeed. Of course, in the cold weather that we have today, the motors are also really cold. And battery changes, so easy and nice. Wow, it's now really windy. Yeah. And I don't see any weird things when recovering from dives, so I think the tune is set up well enough so that I would actually not touch it at the moment. Okay, the noise level, I will fly by now, like 1 meter in front of me now. Noise level is okay. It's a bit whiny. Let's see the speed we get with it. Like solid 50. Yeah, with 70 kph it feels not maximum, but doesn't want to go much higher than 70 kph. Ooh. Super though to have a tiny whoop with GPS return home. I think that's a first for me, and it was so easy to install. I think it was a Chimera 4 GPS that I thrown in there. Let's hunt some gaps, shall we? Ooh! Ooh! And it's basic Ferrari, but still. What have they done to you? Oh, it's just a shell of a Corvette. I could fly through this easily. So exploring with the little B25 also is kind of nice. Sometimes fail miserably, but this one is small enough. In the last second I dropped some altitude. Altitude control is quite good. It's not super heavy, but compared to its size it's heavy. Then yeah, it totally works. Yeah, that's like really nice. That's how FPV should be. Ooh, didn't see that coming. Oh, low battery. Oh. Okay. I agree, this is a low battery. 3, 4. Okay, I had my few laps here around the house and also one really cool pack in the woods. You see how I blasted through the woods, which was a lot of fun. I really saw how nice it is to aim for the smallest of gaps, which work with this one because it's so tiny. And I could also use or test the turtle mode and the durability. Then, if you're really curious about the dimensions and everything and want to see it like almost like you hold it in your hands, I made a 3D scan with Creality's high precision laser scanner, which is really a nice and handy tool to play around with. So go ahead and download the STL file of the link in the description, and you can like take measurements if you need this, or if you just want to print out the dummy to see if it fits in your, or if you want to hang it on your hanger and don't want to spend the money, just print it out. I think this will be a drone that I will always have in my backpack. This is literally additionally pack in your backpack. Cool little fly the impossible gaps drone with you all the time. And I hope this video was fun for you. If so, please drop me a comment, give me a like, you know the deal. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.